I went in to see him play in the theatre in Plymouth, and I went in, and there's a man lying on the seat. I said, what's my... I said, you don't look very well. He said, I said, you don't look well. I said, what do you call? He said, Jimmy Riddle. He said, Jimmy Riddle. I said, where are you from? He said, the balcony. But you know, we work all over the world. We've been all over the country, but to find a good hotel is the problem. I mean, the people in the theatres, they say, Jethro, I should tell you where's a good hotel, and it's a semi-detached slum. I went in the I knocked the door, and the woman came out, she said, what do you want? I said, I want to stop here. She said, well, bloody stop her and slam the door. I said, how much is it to stay a week? She said, I don't know. She said, nobody ever stayed a week. She said, it'll be £50. I said, I'll pay that with pleasure. She said, with pleasure, it's £96. But it's lovely, she said, you'll have to make your own bed. I said, I don't mind that. She said, well, hammer nails in the corner. And the waiter came in, he had his thumb in my soup. I said, you got your thumb in my soup? He said, I know. He said, I've been hit it with a hammer, and the doctor said, I got to keep it warm. I said, well, stick up your asshole. He said, I do when I'm in the kitchen. Another fella came out of the bathroom, he said, have you got a good memory for faces? I said, very good. He said, you'll need one, there's no pissing mirror in there. I've just come back from Ireland. Anybody from Ireland? Is there anybody from Ireland? I trust the bastards I know you. By God, they bloody frightened me, that IRA, they frightened me. Boom! Shit! At least they're better than the gas board. They do give you a bit of warning, I suppose. But I've also been to Wales. Anybody from Wales? I tell you, I went for a piddle in Wales. Gross. That's all different now. In Wales, a sheep tied to a lamppost, they call that a leisure centre. But I always remember when my little daughter was 4, we went down to Payne Zoo, and there was an elephant in Payne Zoo with the cock hanging out about 4 foot. She said, what's that, Daddy? I said, ask your mother. She said, I asked Mother, and she said, it's nothing. I said, there you go, she's been spoiled, see? That bloody brother. I haven't finished the first story I told you yet, but I'll finish that in a minute. That bloody birthday come to work. I said, what you got? He said, the thermos flask. I said, what the hell's that? He said, it's bloody good. If you put anything hot in it, it'll keep it hot. And if you put it in cold, it'll keep it cold. I said, that's bloody good. I said, what have you got in it? He said, 2 chalk ices and 3 cups of coffee. But he was telling me, when his father went to war, he said, Father, he said, I always love, he said, one of them German helmets with a big spike. He said, well, he said, I'll try to get you one, but he said, I mightn't return, son. You never know, I might return. But he said, I'll try. If I do, I'll see if I can get one of them German helmets with a pissing great spike. And he's out looking at his trench one day, and there was a German helmet in the mud with that bloody great spike. I'm not turning you on, darling. I'm not going to. There's no batteries, don't worry. He said, I could get, and he got out and he run across the mud and he caught all this spike and he couldn't get the bugger out in the mud. And he pulled, he said, and it was a bloody German on the end of the bastard. He said, look, mate, you can have me helmet. He said, just get me out in the mud. He said, I'll be your prisoner. He said, just get me out in the mud. He said, I'll get you out in the mud, mate, if I can have your bloody helmet. And he pulled and dragged, and he got his shoulders out. Christ, he said, I'm just about bloody knackered. And the German said, would it help if I took my feet out the stirrups? But I've had to go to the doctor, and he said, strip off. He said, you go to the toilet regular? I said, oh yeah. I said, go 7:30 every morning. He said, that's good. I said, it ain't good if you don't get out of bed till 10 o'clock. And he said, strip off. My word, he said, good God, by Jove. By God, he said, your balls are brown. I said, nothing to do with me balls, it's my elbow. He said, I know it's your elbow, but by Christ. Do you know, he said, I don't know when I've seen browner balls. I said, nothing to do with me balls. I'm happy with me balls, it's me bloody elbow. I can't go like that. He said, well, what it used to be like? I said, I used to be able to go like that. That's nothing to do with the joke at all. You must be worth a fortune. You don't waste a lot on your clothes. Not your... Mine, he said, your boy. I said, listen, it's nothing to do with my boy. He said, I know that. He said, I will tend your elbow, but by Christ. Oh, Jesus, he said, your balls are brown. I said, well, I'm bloody not interested by help. And I got home, and I'm in the bad mood. I'm bloody nasty when I got home. I said to my mistress, where's me bloody tea, you fat bastard cow-faced pig? She said, you're always in the bad mood. I've done the washing, ironing, I've done the gardening, I've done everything you do. She said, I haven't had time to wipe my ass for a week. I said, I want to talk to you about that. And Denzel came in the pub last week carrying a bloody great dog shit. He said, look at what I nearly stepped in. But we've had a big family reunion, and all my aunties have turned up. I've had sleep upstairs with Father up in the attic. He woke up 4:30 in the morning. Jethro, he said, I'm going downstairs to give your mother a portion. I said, you're 98. He said, I don't care. He said, I woke up with an erection here. He said, I haven't had an erection since 1974, and I think it's only fair I go down and split your mother's whiskers. Well, I said, you have to take me with you. You holding my cock. Israel, they're the bravest, them Jews, the bravest race on earth. All I can do is take my hat off to them men. What a brave lot of men they are. Who else would have a piece off before they knew how long it's going to be? That's brave, isn't it? That's brave. I went in with Denzel. He went in the doctor and he hung his cock out on the counter. And the doctor said, what's the matter with it? He says, nothing. He says, it's a bloody beauty, isn't it? We're very fortunate now. We got a coloured family living in the village. And anybody that think this video is going to be politically correct, you might as well piss off now, because it bloody won't be. I shall take the mick tonight out of black people, white people, fat people, thin people. I'll take the piss out of myself. I won't take the piss out of you, because I think the Lord did a fair job before I started. We got the black fella living in the village. Now, he's the black bugger. He came in the pub last Friday night and he farted and filled the place with soot. But his wife, she's a lovely woman, this wife. She is a lovely woman. She's a big black woman, but she's a lovely She's a lovely woman. She went down to the doctor and she said, I've damaged my thumb. He said, do you think I could have a quick look up your fanny? She said, well, whatever for? He said, I'd just like to have a quick look up your fanny. He said, I've just bought a black three-piece suite and I wonder how we look with pink cushion. But the boy, he's a lovely boy. He's a little black fella, he's a lovely little fella. Last week he covered himself in flour. He went and he said to Mummy, he said, look, Mummy, he said, I'm not a black boy anymore, I'm a little white boy. She said, what a terrible thing to say. She smashed the poor little bugger in the eye. She said, you're not a little white boy, you're a beautiful little black boy, and you're a joy to the family. You're not a white boy. What a terrible thing, I didn't think I'd ever hear it. She said, you go and tell your father what you told me. And he said, look, Dad, I'm not a little black boy anymore, I'm a little white boy. Father smacked right in the nose, made his nose bleed with all this flour and blood and batter. He said, you go and tell your granny what you told me. And he said, Granny said, I'm not a black boy anymore, I'm a little white boy now. Granny came straight in the bollocks. She said, how dare you say that? He said, you know, Gran, he saw me right in the middle. But he said, I've only been a white boy now for 10 minutes and I hate you black bastard already.